What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls 2. Today, we are tackling the Shrine of Amana. And when I hear the name Shrine of Amana, I think of this species of horrifically toxic giant mushrooms. Amanita. Do you know what this mushroom's nickname is? The Destroying Angel. That's what I think of when I hear the Shrine of Amana. And it's really, really unlikely that they named it after this mushroom. And the level doesn't even have much to do with mushrooms, aside from it being kind of a swampy area. But Destroying Angel fits this place perfectly. It is second only to Majula in beauty, but it is fucked here. And to boot, I am going through this area with a melee build, which is unfortunate. However, I was prepared for the Shrine of Amana this time. I am loaded up on poison arrows, and off camera I upgraded my short bow to +10 because fuck trying to melee through this entire place. Now, I say this place is messed up, but I love it. My only problem with the Shrine of Amana is that it's too short. It's a... whoa, ambush right off the bat. I can't remember what these knights are called. I remember the armor set's called the Archdrake set, and I believe they're Knights of Lindelt. Which is interesting because Lindelt, that gives Lindelt a connection to the dragons. The dragons we haven't seen a whole lot of. Flame butterflies come in handy in this area, by the way. See, dried red butterflies. Yeah. I was hoping there would be something interesting about this. Like an interesting description, but not really. What flame butterflies do, if I haven't mentioned it before, they will ignite your torch without the need for a bonfire. It comes in handy in this area because beneath the surface of this shallow water, this ankle-deep water, there are tons and tons of pitfalls. That's why you get torches, that's why you get flame butterflies in this area. As such, like this. This area is full of pitfalls. Remember how the Darkroot Basin was? When you're fighting the Hydra and you can't quite tell where the land ends because it's obscured by the water? This level is predicated entirely upon that. So you need to be very, very careful coming through here. Unfortunately, that's not the only hazard in this area, because of course not. I see one of them darting around in the back. Oh, there were two. One of them, the one in the background, just distracted me. There were three? Yeah, there were three. So everything is deadly here. These guys are building bleed up and doing tons of damage. There are pitfalls to worry about. There are casters we haven't seen yet. There are the Lindelt Knights wearing the Archdrake robes, which look suspiciously like the Farum armor. The same kind of color palette, and there's also the I don't know how else to describe it, but the white mane that you see on the Farum gear. You also see that white cloth on the Lindelt Knight stuff.
We knew you were coming. And stop singing. We are Milfanito. We are here to sing to those bound by death and dark. We will sing here forever, as we always have from long, long ago. And why should we? For we will never leave. Do you seek King Vendrick? But what is a king, after all? We know nothing of the world outside, for we will never leave here. When we sing, the little ones dance. The little ones grant comfort to those who bear death and dark. This is what we were taught. Is there anything wrong? Perhaps this will help. This is all that we can do. When we sing, the little... this...
That was our first encounter with a Milfinito. And I believe all of the ones you encounter here will reward you with a smooth and silky stone. And then when you rescue the one back in Drang Lake Castle who was behind the embedded, remember that thing that I made the Silent Hill reference about? That was strung up to the door? Once you rescue the Milfinito behind that guy, behind that door, if you come back to the Milfinito here in the Shrine of Amana, they will all give you Divine Blessings, which remove all status effects and heal you to full. Divine Blessings are pretty handy. And while they're singing in the background, they mention that the singing brings comfort to the little ones. If you look carefully around here, you'll notice fireflies, and I believe the fireflies, there's some... I want to say that they make the lizard monsters, the one that build bleed up on you. I think they make them docile, but I'm not sure about that. I've heard that's true, but they seem pretty aggressive to me. Also, if you listen carefully to that song, I'll shut up for a second so you can hear it better. If you listen carefully to that, that sounds very, very similar to another song that we heard in Dark Souls 1. It sounds like the nameless song from the credit roll. It sounds almost exactly like it. I think there was a piano chord or something in the credit song in Dark Souls 1, but the singing, it sounds nearly the same, nearly identical. Maybe the fireflies do make them docile, because the lizards didn't feel like attacking me there at all. Yeah, and the fireflies are lots of smooth and silky stones. You can't get back there. And the fireflies appear to be the souls of the dead, which is really interesting. Also, there's something significant about the Milfinito's name. And it makes the connection to the little ones, the fireflies who bear death and dark, a little bit more important. Or rather, that connection is important to understanding who the Milfinito are. Also, did you catch that she mentioned that they had never been to the outside world before? They've been sequestered here in the swamp as long as they've been alive. They have no knowledge of the outside world or King Vendrick. Actually, it's interesting that they do know the name King Vendrick. Apparently they know him because of his passage through here. As I guess the Shrine of Amana is part of the King's Passage. Plus, later on in this level, we are going to find some keepsakes of Vendrick's. They are here in the Shrine of Amana, but we do not have access to them until after we have dealt with Vendrick. There's a door here that'll open up after Vendrick has been dispatched. Now we get to deal with my favorite friends. Oh, the homing soul arrows that they cast on you track you, and they track you pretty closely. Can make avoiding them not so simple, and they do a lot of damage. Now you might be thinking, Dave, why don't you just put on a high magic resistance shield? That is an option. I could have gone off screen and gotten the Rebel's Great Shield from the Salamander Pit in the Forest of Fallen Giants. I could have done that. It has super high magic resistance. You can infuse it to get almost 100% magic resist, if not 100% completely. Not sure. I think if you upgrade that and infuse it, you might be able to hit 100%. Anyway, there is a reason I'm not doing that. And the reason is because right now, I'm only fighting one caster at a time. That's not... Oh, shit. They would have ambushed me as soon as I light the torch up. Maybe they don't like the Maybe the light makes them hostile. The reason that I'm not... Ooh. The reason I'm not rocking the Rebel's Great Shield or any other high magic resist shield is because eventually I'm going to find myself going through some areas... Oh, no! I didn't expect them to be able to kill me in just a group of 2 or 3. Pretty soon I'm going to be going through some areas where I will not get the benefit of fighting one at a time. If I stroll out into the next area after this one with my shield up, I will block some hits in front of me, but I will be getting lit up from the back and the side by about 2 or 3 of them on my flank. So I am going to opt to go slow and steady through the Shrine of Amana and pick as many of them off with the lightning short bow as possible. Speaking of slow and steady, just gonna grind this place out. That's what I'm gonna have to do, otherwise I will die over and over here. This is a really brutal level. This is one of the bigger difficulty spikes in the game, just because you have so many different dangers to worry about. And like a good area with full of interconnected dangers. Everything that can kill you here, everything covers everything else's weakness. And everything is positioned in such a way that you have options to take everything out, but if you just stroll out in the middle of the area without thinking and without planning ahead, you'll just get lit up and surrounded. But I do love this area. It's so beautiful too. It's a little bit straightforward, it's a little short, it's a little bit linear. There are these open areas like over here. It's not just a straight hallway, is what I'm getting at. It does branch off in a few places, but I would love like a big, sprawling, elaborate version of this level. Like something the size of, I guess Blighttown isn't really that big, or the bottom of Blighttown. Shrine of Amana might be bigger, actually. Huh. I don't know. I would like something a little bit closer to the Demon Souls 5-3 swamp. In terms of just size and openness. Okay, we're gonna light this torch up so I do not stroll into my death. And I'm attacked from behind. Okay, I have this on my my belt though, so I can just light it up real quick as soon as he's dead. Alright, good. Oh, wait, I forgot to put it back on my belt. Or, I mean, I was in the middle of doing that. I got interrupted. Okay, so the ogre in the distance. I'm really happy I lit this up because I was gonna go straight for the ogre, straight ahead, and not follow the pathway around. Luckily, I lit the torch up and saw that drop. I've fallen to my death. Oh. Where are you? Where are you? Right there. This is one of the only points in the game I'm gonna even use flame butterflies, so I don't mind wasting them just to pull my shield back out once I hear an enemy around, just in case there's more than one, or I underestimate how much health they have. I'm willing to burn the extra flame butterfly. Okay, anything along here? If you follow the path here around, there's an Estus Flask shard, and there's some other goodies around here. The main way around here to get to all that stuff, though, is through our friend the ogre. And having to deal with him in ankle-high water, which screws your mobility up, it's not the best look. Wow, it's way more than ankle deep at this point. It's up to my waist. Okay, so we'll follow this around. I'll try to get past the ogre to the items that are waiting on the other side of this area. I want to say that's the door that opens up after you deal with Vendrick, but I can't quite remember. I know it's around here somewhere. And either way, it's not really important right now, because we would have to come back here later anyway. Okay. I've attracted the attention of one of these guys. Hopefully... Roll, roll, roll. Oh, god damn it. I was just barely not quick enough to roll out of the way. Okay, so I don't want to deal with this area just yet. I am going to have... Since I'm going to have to come back here later anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue on the straight path for now. Okay, so a death to the ogre and a death to the lizards. That's not too bad for the Shrine of Amana. Then again, I haven't gotten to the part that gives me the most trouble yet, which is right over here coming up, and then the third area. But as long as I can pick them off one by one from a distance, I should be okay. I should be okay. I know there's a couple out in the open over here. I just have to kind of remember where their positions are. I see the glow of his soul arrow coming at me, so that gives him away. It's like the, looking out for the muzzle flash from a sniper. The glint off a sniper's sunglasses or something. And then there should be one on the left in the distance. Radiant Life Gem. I'll take it. I don't see it, and that worries me. There's the ogre. Unless I'm thinking of the area just past... Oh no, it's past the bonfire. There's something coming up. Where you start to get a couple on each side. I hope the ogre can't fit through that door. Otherwise, I am in a really bad position to fight it. Yeah, the ogre can't get through the door. Good, good, good. Oh, I thought there was a bonfire in this room. No, what's in this room is if you're human, there's a summon sign. Which, if this section right out here goes poorly enough, and it's a real possibility that it could, I might just wind up doing something very rare from one of my Souls playthroughs and summoning an NPC phantom just to distract the shit that's out here. Once you step through the door, if you go far enough, I believe you're surrounded by casters. And if you move too far out along the pathway, they will all open fire on you. But over here, I think I only have one or two opening fire at a time. There it is. These are the same ones that gave me such a hard time back in Brightstone Cove, Seldora. And if you remember, I opted to snipe those ones too. Back there, they're arguably more annoying though, because they can hit you off of the zip lines in Brightstone Cove and knock you to your death. Okay, so I've popped a human effigy just in case I get too spooked by this area and want to be a big baby and go back and summon an NPC phantom. Okay, so far so good. I thought there were more of them on the right, but I guess it's just the two over here. There's also a lizard. I see him. Oh, wait, I'm switching to the wrong items. Wrong items. There's this lizard. I think there's one more lizard. And then all along this path where the columns are on the left, there's the third one. There is also nasty pitfall that I want to avoid. Oh wait, there are a couple more. There's this one too that I didn't notice. Luckily, with the pillars over here, now that I've dispatched the other two on my left and a little bit left behind me, I can move up to this position and I can line of sight them with the pillars here. But the first time you come through here, you don't know all of these little positioning tricks, and you don't know where the enemies are located. It's a lot harder than I'm making it look, and I'm not making it look that easy. Something wicked this way comes. Oh, wait a minute. Damn it, I switched back to the bow again. Yeah, just leap to your death. Do me that favor. Thank you so much. Thank you. This area produces a really good kind of stress. Now I would... No. I wanted to pull one, but they both wanted some, and I give the people what they want. Isn't that right, Lindelt Knight? I'm assuming they're from Lindelt. Don't actually remember if that's true or not. Oh, there was one more caster. So that's 5 of them in total over here. Plus a bunch of lizards, a pitfall, and the 2 knights with the archdrake robes. Lovely. And then you get past all of those, and you're greeted with a nice refreshing breather of corrosive, armor-breaking mist. That's what downtime looks like. That's what breathing room looks like in this area. Okay. But they do give you a bonfire right here. I think part of it is to act as a checkpoint, but the more important function of that particular bonfire is to repair the durability on your shit. And of course, you have a gigantic beetle spewing out corrosive mist at you, blocking the path entirely. So, nope, my timing was not good. My timing was in fact shit, and all of my rings and all of my armor has broken. Excellent. That stuff does not appear to damage the durability on your sword and shield. Woo! This gives me time to test out something that I was wondering about a couple episodes back when I picked it up in Dranglake Castle. What I'm wondering is, does the repair miracle just repair durability points, or does it actually fix your stuff from being broken? Now, before I cast repair, it would be stupid to waste a charge of that and then risk all my stuff getting broken again. So let's take the giant beetle out first, and now let's see. Voila, my magic trick. Son of a bitch. Ah! Does nothing. It does something. It's just, it does not do what I want it to do. God damn it. It doesn't fix your stuff from being broken. Handy information to have, I guess. Alright, who needs rings and other useful trinkets? Who's got 2 thumbs and still believes in himself despite the odds being stacked against me? This guy. At least until the sorcerers cut off my thumbs and steal my hope. So there are about 2 of them out here in the open. There are 2 or 3 lizards. And then if you round the corner on the left, which takes you towards the boss fog, there is another caster waiting. But he's not too much of a big deal. The fireflies are having a big party out in the open by the items. I don't know what they're doing there. Maybe they're making some lizard creatures in the water docile? We'll find out. The first time I came through here, I was afraid to approach the fireflies because you know what they look like when they're glimmering like that? You know when you enter the Huntsman's Copse, the very beginning of it, when you're going through that cave, and you have the butterflies spraying poison pollen down on you? It's just raining poisonous pollen. It looks like that. So you see this image again that looks exactly the same as that, the glimmering fireflies. And you think, if I go into that cloud of fireflies, I'm gonna get poisoned. Also, this guy pisses me off. That's why. He has a great heavy soul arrow that goes through the column. And it's not particularly fun fighting him. Your mobility is screwed up. He takes a ton of hits for no reason. You're scared to death the whole time. while fighting this Black Phantom, that you're gonna roll into a pit, a chasm, which there are a lot of them around here. Make no mistake. You would think that they would be merciful here and not put a lot of places where you can fall to your death while fighting a phantom. No. No. You will fall to your death here. You can do that. You do it pretty easily. If I could make him fall to his death, that would be wonderful. He's like right there on the edge of one of the cliffs, I think. Now he came forward a little bit now. He has a wide array of magical bullshit. All of which is very, very hard to deal with right now. This would have been a good spot to have that upgraded, infused Rebel's Great Shield for. Would have been handy in this particular area, or for that one fight. Yeah. The fireflies, I think, have stopped glimmering. No, they're still there. But they sure weren't making the lizard beasts docile. Okay, that's the only item I wanted from the middle of that area. It was just the petrified dragon bone, because petrified dragon bones are used to upgrade unique weapons, such as my Crypt Black Sword. So, drinky the Gatorade. And now I have the option to just run past this one over here on the left, the caster that's coming up. I might just do that. Depends on... Ooh, I'm surrounded. Let me back up. Oh, I thought that one leapt to his death. Okay. Be very, very careful around here. Alright, there's... Oh, there is a lizard. He's off doing his own thing, attacking the air, though. And it's not coming after me, so we are clear to move on. That's it, the danger is past. After 2 deaths, a frustrating phantom, a lot of tension, and all of my armor and rings breaking, we are through the dangerous part of the Shrine of Amana, and we can move on to the boss just after we talk to this Milfinito. Oh, right, you don't talk to that one. Okay, well... The one I talked to didn't mention this. There is a Milfinito somewhere who gives you a little bit of additional information about who and what the Milfinito are. But I don't know where that one is or when we would get to speak to it. So I'll just say this. The Milfinito mentioned the Great Dead One. But I'll forestall that because this boss is so cool looking. That's so creepy. Oh god. Okay, I just had to get my gushing out of the way. Yeah, the Milfinito mentioned the Great Dead One. Gravelord Nito. Oh, this attack is cool. Body slam. Gravelord Nito rears his head again. Milfinito. They are priestesses in Nito's order, or cult, or whatever you want to call it. And they lull the dead and dying with their songs, and they inter them in the crypt below. And as for the Demon of Song learned from the Milfinito. The Demon of Song learned how to sing and lure in fresh meat, basically. The Demon of Song has been trapped in this shrine for quite some time. And I guess after hearing the Milfinito sing for so long, it finally figured, I can learn this skill and I can act like a siren and attract people to my lair. God damn, this thing is creepy looking. Beyond that, I don't know too much about the Demon of Song, except that it's one of the coolest boss designs in the entire series. And it's one of my favorites definitely in the game. Thinking right now, my 3 favorite bosses... Ow, shit. Are the Demon of Song, the Rotten, and the Looking Glass Knight. The Looking Glass Knight, just because it's such a quality fight on top of the boss design itself. And then the Rotten, too. And Demon of Song, it's a pretty simple, straightforward fight, but you can't deny how cool it is, how good the arena is, especially when you have this gigantic frog concealing a skull like that, flopping around. You can see the water undulating and stuff. It's very, very cool. So with the Demon of Song defeated, we have now the key to the embedded, and we have a passageway down to the undead crypt. As I mentioned before, the key to the embedded is what will open up that gate, or that locked door, with a hollow or some sort of monster strapped upside down to the door back in Dranglake Castle. It was up the elevator or up the ladder. Is that fog, or is this a texture bug going on here? Oh, apparently a texture bug. Or the fog, or it was fog and the fog just bugged out and disappeared. So we made it out of the Shrine of Amana relatively unscathed. Wasn't nearly as hellish an experience as I've had with it on my first playthrough and my first New Game Plus playthrough of it. And we've made our descent into the Undead Crypt, where we will soon be fighting another one of Vendrick's loyal knights, and we'll even be meeting Vendrick himself soon, but that'll have to wait till next time. So for now, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take it easy. Have a good one.